Okay. Let's see. Found something from Anson that I wanted to.
Hello everyone, this is Anson from AnsonAlex.com, and in this video I'm going to show you everything that you need to know to search Google as effectively as possible. I work with search engine optimization every single.
Sorry guys, you don't need to hear that.
Okay, Wendy, your stream is live now, and I've made you host again.
Find this guy.
Okay, and please make John your co-host.
Oh, actually, you know what? I think it was not him. Sorry, guys, I'm just kind of talking to myself here. Okay. Ah, this is it. Okay. There we go.
Hi, Wendy. How are you? Hi, Wendy. Can you hear me?
All right, I got it. Hello, 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 everybody.
Hello.
On board.
Hello.
100-pound dog. You want to be here with me, Kiki? You have to be a good girl. You can't come and go. Kiki, would you like everybody to see who you are so that they understand when I say that I've got my 100-pound dog, Kiki? Oh, well, we don't know. Kiki is my 100-pound dog. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
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 Hello, hello, hello. Hello. I'm so glad you're here. Can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Now you can hear me, right?
Yes.
I don't know why my mute, like it automatically goes on. I have a couple ghosts. I'm so sorry. Hi. I recognize some of you. Thanks for coming back. We're going to just wait a couple minutes. We have a really great class. And we are very lucky because we have the best TA at Get Set Up. His name is John, and he is going to help with any technical problems, actually any problems in general. If I have problems, if I have questions, he can fix them. He has helped me even in teaching my classes. So I am so thrilled that he is here. And if you need anything, please let him know. Because of the way I run this class, there could be a lot of questions in the chat room. And so we'll try to get to them, but we'll just wait a couple more minutes till we get everybody. I don't think I need my light on. You know, these lights, these camera lights, I don't think it makes a difference. These camera lights, I don't know if you guys ever have webcam lights, but they give me a headache a little bit. So, all right. Hello. If you are not on your video, I would love to see you just because it helps me get to know you. It helps me make
Rich, you want to let,
conversation
does he want to
based
go out?
with audio. So for those of you who have, I imagine everybody's taken a Get Set Up class, but if you have not, you know how great of a company we are. We are here to have people like Martha, don't worry. We are here to have people like me that are older adults, teach people like you who are older adults, life enhancing anything, whatever you want to learn, we hopefully can be there for you in everything from technology to health and wellness to dancing, music. You've got an idea, share it with us. We do not promote any, we do not receive anything from any products that we promote. I am going to, oh, John already did it. I was going to say I'm recording this class. So if you do want a recording, you're going to send a message to help@getsetup.io. And I think that that's good. So just a little bit about me. I'm Wendy. I'm from Colorado. My background is pretty varied. I started out as a PA in pediatrics, did that for a number of years, loved it. Then when I turned 50, I went to my second love, which is technology. I went to work for Apple. Much harder to get a job with Apple than it is to get into PA school. Crazy, but true. Only because they're looking for like a certain type. I didn't quite have all the rings and piercings and tattoos that they wanted, but they took me on anyway. So anyway, it was a super fun experience. They're a great company to work for, and I stole all their ideas. And then I opened my own company teaching seniors about technology. And then the pandemic hit and Get Set Up landed in my lap, and here I am. So I want to tell you, for those of you that have not taken this class, it is a bit new in the list because I'm trying to figure out the best way to teach it. And what I found from my previous classes was this. I have, most of you, if you're taking this class, you're pretty comfortable on your iPad. You know how to navigate, move around, scroll, drop, move your cursors, your fingers, so you know what to do. What I have found is that there's some things I think will help you that I will be teaching you, but then I would love you to put some questions in the chat room because this is a world, this device, and many of us really want to learn something specific on it. And if you want to learn about it, I would imagine many of your community of learners also want to learn about it. I don't want to just teach, everything out there because it might not apply to you. In the basic class, it does make sense for me to orient you, get you going, understanding the iPad, how it works, and all of those things. But in terms of this class where you are more comfortable, we're just going to do not quite half, a little bit of what I think is fun and important, and then what you want to learn. And I will change up everything I teach a little bit every week. We'll come back, we'll kind of do circles around it, but I know I have different learners every week, and sometimes I have the same, so I don't want you to get bored, but I want your questions answered. So please pop your questions into the chat room, and I will hopefully get to most or all of them today. All right, so the first thing I want to do though today is to teach you a couple of things that have been requested from learners. All right, and one of them, let me share my screen. Give me a second to do that. Okay, so you guys should see my iPad. If you can't, let John know. He'll fly over here in 2 seconds and help me. Just kidding, he's in Pakistan. It's so cool. So this is my iPad. So one of the things that has been asked in the chat room, I mean, many things are asked in the chat room, but one thing that has recently been asked is to show you guys how to set up a split screen. So I'm going to teach you that right now. All right. So as you know, let me just get my little tool here. As you know, this is your home screen or your first page of your iPad. And on it lives your dock. Okay, this is your dock. In order to do split screen, the applications that you want to use for split screen must be living on your dock, both of them. So that's number one. So if you have an application that you want to split screen, it must be living on your dock in order to do that. So just listen to me first, and then we'll try it together. The first thing you do is open the first application you want. And then, as you know, the iPad dragging, dropping, scrolling is a little sensitive, but what you're going to do is with your finger on the second application, you're going to pull it up a little bit from the dock until you see a gray box around it. And then you're going to slide it over and it will become a split screen. Now, some applications will not allow you to do split screen. I can't tell you exactly what they are. I've had all Apple native applications will do split screen and most others will. But for those of you that have seen this class on split screen before, it's just a little juggernaut. It just sometimes takes a little bit of practice. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open a browser. I'm going to open Safari or Chrome, and then I'm going to open Notes. And the reason people like to have split screen on their iPad, especially if you have a larger iPad, is because maybe you're searching for, bicycles on your browser, you're surfing on whatever, and then you want to keep some notes about those bicycles, right? So I am going to open Chrome. So this is Chrome, right? And then in order to bring my dock back up, I just slide my finger from the bottom up. Now my dock is there, correct? As I said, you have to have all applications that you want to split screen living on your dock. So I'm going to try, and I say try because Notes is a little bit of a bugger, but I'm going to try to bring my Notes up and make it, hold on. Oh, see, there we go. Give me a sec. Let's get Chrome up. Let's get our okay. I'm just bringing it up. Did you see that? And now, so what it does, guys, it's a very gentle, it's not a hard touch. It's not a soft touch. It's just a little bit of a touch that brings up my notes. And so now I have what's called split screen. So I can, if I wanted to Google bikes, right? Bikes. Say I'm going to look for bikes. Let's go to bikes. I'm going to go to bikes, and now I'm going to be looking for bikes, but I want to keep some notes. Sorry, the notes that I have, this is kind of funny, guys. These notes that I have are from previous notes, but now I can keep notes, so I can write things. As soon as I touch to write on the notes, my keypad comes up, so I can write, we'll just make this up. So I can write, city bikes at Dick's Sports. If I could type, it'd be better. City bikes at Dick's Sports. And then maybe I want to say, 24-inch, and then maybe the price, okay? And then I put the price. This is a way to have two screens up on your iPad. It's kind of like having two iPads. In order to make the screen a little more 50-50 and not like that, you're going to grab, this is called a handle, this little tiny thing that's in between the split screen on the black line. is called a handle. And you got to grab it and pull it over. Now, some of these don't like to be exactly 50-50. I wish I could tell you which ones, why they don't, but I think John's going to look that up for me. It's so weird. I can make it 2/3 and 1/3, but it will not go back to 50-50. And I don't know why. I have been able to make it 50-50 on other applications. So does that answer your question? I think that was Martha that asked that.
Yes, thank you very much.
I can't hear you.
You can hear me?
Now I
have
can
a-
hear you. Yeah. now I can hear you.
Okay.
Does that
Yeah,
answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you so
Now let
much.
me show you how to get rid of that split screen. You're-
I have a question on the split screen.
Yep.
Can you cut and paste?
For sure. You mean, cut and paste from one application to another?
Right. For instance, the bicycle, rather than writing it down, if you could cut it and paste it onto your notepad, save you a lot of writing.
You're going to be my tester on this. I'm sure you can. I don't know why. So I'm going to, well, let's get the writing part of it, right? Let's go like here. So we've got like, whatever. We've got the price. And, I'm going to show you something else I learned about that. So we're going to copy that. I don't see why not. And then we're going to paste it. Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
I wouldn't see why you couldn't. So many things, that's sort of Apple's thing. They like to make it easy, but yes, the answer is yes.
Great. Thank you.
You're very
Wendy,
welcome. Yeah.
one more question. Is this able to be saved so that, well, I was at a girlfriend's house and she was having problems. She says, I hate the split screen. Every time she turned her computer on, it was a split screen.
Well, let me
And
show you. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you save split screen? I'm sure that you can. I don't know exactly, but I was going to show you how you get rid of split screen. So
Okay.
when you grab that handle and you just slide it to the
Just slide
right
it off.
all the way over. Okay. And then you get rid of the split screen. Saving split screen so that every time you open it. Well, let me tell you this. I would imagine the answer is yes if you're using the same two applications.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like Zoom and another application.
I'm going to look into that for you. I'm going
I play a duplicate bridge game on a site called Bridge Base Online.
Right.
And sometimes they give a bridge lesson with Zoom and then they show the hands on the other side. And I'm never able to set it up that way.
So are you able to set it up now? Is this helpful or?
I don't know. I'd
no?
have to I'm going to give it a try I don't want to miss anything you say.
Okay. Can you save split screen on, well, I don't know that you can save it, but it's so simple to bring back up. It's so funny. So many things disappear or not. But as far as saving, you want to say save split screen. Okay. I don't know, Martha, I got to get that. I can't, I can't imagine that you can't, but I'm not sure exactly what setting I would need to look at that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Can I mirror my iPhone to an iPad? I mirror my iPad to my computer. I would imagine I'm going to try it right now because I have a program here called Let's View, and I'm going to turn it on. That's why I'm watching you guys. Sorry, I don't know some of these answers, but I'm going to answer that for you right now. I'm not sure that you can, but I'm going to look into it. Why would you want to do that just as a question?
I wanted to hide. The reason why is sometimes, actually it happened on some of the setup classes. I started out on my iPhone, and then when there were things that were shown on the screen, when there was screen sharing, such as photo classes, something, all of a sudden I realize my screen is too small on my phone.
Oh, okay, so yeah,
And
you,
then I
you can do it.
I would either like to either,
You can
so what
do
I
it.
had been doing is I actually just left the meeting and then I just rejoined.
Let me tell you,
But-
yes, you can do it. I'll tell you what. What you do is you just make sure both devices are on the same network. And then you guys know how to open the control center on your iPad or iPhone, right? You just go down like that. I am not going to do this because I'm going to lose you guys on my iPad. But what you do is you tap AirPlay. And AirPlay is going to be, so you know where AirPlay is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so you tap AirPlay, and then you're just going to choose your iPad as one of the options. And then your iPhone will be displayed on your iPad. You guys want to try it? If I
Where
go,
is AirPlay?
I'm sorry.
Where is AirPlay? How do I get there?
So AirPlay is hiding underneath my Let's View app. So if I do it, I'm going to lose you guys. But let's see if I can. Yeah, go ahead. Did someone have a question or a suggestion?
I found it. I found it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, how do I get to the control panel? So that's a great question. I was going to teach you that today. So as you know, Apple has 3 or 4 different ways to do everything. The way to get to the control panel quickly, guys, is to go to the top. Let me just get my little guy to go to the very top of your iPad, like very, very top, like here. Ah, why is my little guy not working? Oh, let's go back. My little pen is not working. Okay. Well, anyway, there we go. So you go to the very top of your iPad and you're going to just slide down and then your control center will come up. Did that help? When I say the top, it's the outside. So it's like you're going to go out. So you guys aren't going to see Let's View on your iPads because this is my program that I'm using to share. Okay. So when I say top of the iPad, it's the like black part. That's not the actual screen that you're looking at. It's, you know, black part. You're going to just scroll your finger down. Okay. So, I can't get the second screen to come up when I swipe to reopen the dock. Are you asking about split screen? I'm not sure who's talking to me. I know it comes with admin, but what is your name?
John?
Hey, John. John, tell me, you're trying to do split screen and it's not working?
Right.
It's tricky. I'm going to go back to it. It is the trickiest, silliest, ridiculous. I actually looked up to see if there was another way to do split screen and there's not. So John, follow me here. What you're going to do, again, I'm going to open an app and then I'm going to make sure that my dock is up. So, you know, from the bottom of
Yes.
my iPad, I pull up my dock and then it is a touch that I wish I could explain better, but you're going to like pull it. It's just a very, very slight touch. And then you're going to pull it up. It takes practice. I'm not going to lie. I've had a lot of problems. Sometimes certain apps, so like if I want to do maps, I feel like, see, because that will come up a lot of times. Search nearby, that'll come up. But that's not what you want. It is a tricky little thing. It's
Actually, it takes the second one out of the dock and puts it back into
to the main screen.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
it is.
I don't have the touchdown yet.
You know what, I have the touchdown and even I have a problem sometimes. So don't be hard on yourself. It's, I wish that there was another way I could teach it because I have played with it myself, guys. I've played around and to see if I can figure out another way to teach it. There, I got it. It's because the touch screen is like, obviously that's Apple's, you know, most wonderful, you know, trait of this iPad, but it is such a sensitive touch screen. If you press too hard, you either open it or you get the menu of options, what to do with that iPad, I mean, what to do with that application. If it's, that's all I can say is practice, practice, practice. I got online to see if there was another way to open split screen, and there's not.
It took
Okay.
a minute, but I
I'll
got it.
practice. Thank you.
Jeez. It took a minute, but I got it.
If
Oh, wow.
anybody has a way that they've thought about or with that touch, it is just weird touch.
It surely is. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So, more questions, or I can teach some more and you can think about your questions, whatever you guys want.
I'm sorry, I forgot the AirPlay. What were we talking about with AirPlay?
AirPlay. I'm glad you're with me. AirPlay, we were talking about how to share your iPad and your iPhone screens.
So it's AirPlay and handoff, right? On my iPad, AirPlay and handoff.
Yes, it's AirPlay. I don't know if it's handoff, but it's AirPlay.
Yes, AirPlay and handoff, and the only option I have is handoff.
Try it.
It's on anyway. And what is this supposed to do?
So if this person wanted to know how you can mirror your iPad to your iPhone. Okay, so I have a couple cool things that I think will be very helpful to you guys. I was looking up a couple days ago. So have you guys heard of QuickPath? Let me get this out of there. Let me just go back to my home screen. QuickPath is a way to write on your iPad in a more efficient and a quicker way. Have any of you ever used your iPhone when the opportunity came out to just drag your finger and you could like write things, go from letter to letter to letter really quickly?
Oh.
Okay, I am going to actually show you a little tiny video. It's about 15 seconds long, but this particular, it's easier to see it than to watch me do it. We'll practice, but I have a little video from someone that, a guy that's on YouTube that I really like. So give me a second to find that because it will be helpful in showing you the motion of creating this type faster on an iPad, okay? So let me just stop this share and give you a new share. Give me a sec and you'll see this because it's really, really wonderful. Okay, how to make sure I'm getting on the right one. Okay, here we go. So now you can see that I have this YouTube thing up. I just want you to watch it for a second.
Use QuickPath. Pinch your iPad keyboard with 2 fingers to shrink it.
So you
can position the keyboard anywhere on the screen by dragging the handle at the bottom. Now just swipe your finger across the keyboard to create each word. Lift your finger to start a new word. You don't need to tap the spacebar. If the wrong word appears, tap one of the alternate options in the predictive text bar. Swiping is the new typing.
Okay, so I'm going to play it one more time, but before I do, I want to tell you something. On your iPad, when your keyboard is up, so you have to have your keyboard up, yeah? So you have to be on an application where you're going to like type, like maybe notes. And I'll go back to my iPad in a second. You take 2 fingers and you go like that on your keypad, and it will make your keypad small, and then you can type on it fast. I want you to watch this again. Let me try to slow it down a sec. It's a teeny bit quick. I know under settings, I think I can make it a little tiny bit. It's funny, I was playing with it last night, guys, and I made it so slow that it was like painful. All right, I'm gonna play it one more time because I think you can see on his iPad.
Helpful tip for typing one-handed on your iPad. Use QuickPath. Pinch your iPad keyboard with 2 fingers to shrink it. You can position the keyboard anywhere on the screen by dragging the handle at the bottom. Now just swipe your finger across the keyboard to create each word. Lift your finger to start a new word. You don't need to tap the space bar. If the wrong word appears, tap one of the alternate options in the predictive text bar. Swiping is the new typing.
Okay, so we're going to practice it now. I'm going to stop this and we're going to practice it. I'm going to show you on my iPad how we did that.
With
okay?
iPad Pro?
So I hope maybe that was a little bit helpful. I just sometimes I find that what I am teaching you guys, all right, so now we're back to my iPad. All right, sometimes when I teach it to, like, it's almost easier to see someone else doing it on a video because I can't video the video and share it with you. Video me doing it and share it with you. So what I'm going to do is bring up notes, because notes I know has, so this is notes, right? So I'm going to open notes. Now, I am going to, oopsie, sorry about that. I need to close it. Let me get rid of my little thing. So, you know, if I swipe up from the bottom, I don't mean swipe up. If I tap in the middle, it will bring up my keyboard. Right? So now I have my keyboard. So remember how he said, take 2 fingers and bring them together? So I'm going to take 2 fingers. You can't see me doing this, but I'm going to take 2 fingers and bring them together, and it makes a smaller keyboard. And now if I wanted to say, we'll go back to the bike thing again. All right. So say I wanted to write in there, I'm just going to write bike trails. So what I'm going to do is put my finger on the B, and then I'm going to just it's very cool. I'm going to go with B-I-K-E. See how it typed bike? Oh, let me sorry guys. You're probably like, Wendy, what are you doing here? Let's get rid of all that. Okay. So I'm going to go B-I-K-E-T-R-A-I-L-S. So did you see what I did? It's really fun. You see how
You just slide your finger?
You literally slide your finger and it will type out what you want. So you're basically, honestly, guys, you are literally sliding your finger around and it will make the word. Just practice with it. Let's see.
Question, Wendy.
Yeah.
Can't you use your microphone?
Well, of course you can use your microphone, but of course you can. You can use, actually what I prefer more than my microphone is my dictation, but yeah, you can use your microphone, but this is just, your microphone, let me show you the difference, okay? Let me show you. So I'm going to make this big again. I'm going to go to my microphone down there. So now I'm going to say everything that I want. And sometimes I don't say it exactly right because I have to make sure that I put my my periods and things in. So please put a period. So you have to, when you're speaking, you have to tell it to put your periods, your commas, your things like that.
Right.
Whereas if you're typing this, it just automatically does it. Why don't everybody practice? So again, 2 fingers in will make the keyboard smaller. And then if I want to so I'm going to write the word tour, but I'm going to write it wrong so that I have the opportunity. I'm going to write, so it came out tout. I don't want tout. I want it to be, never mind, it did tour. Okay. So it's actually getting all my, so I'm not even doing a space bar or anything. And it's just writing it out as quickly as I'm playing around on my keyboard. It's a fun thing. Yeah, I've got to play with it a little, but it's more intuitive than you think. Apple has really done a great job of playing with so many, I guess, words, the dictionary, to be able to do this. Let's see. Seen it even capitalize that. So that was funny. So I wanted to say life and it came up like. So I'm going to just try it again. And it's just easy. I don't know if you're finding it easy, and I hope I'm not making you feel like you have to do this, but it's super fun. And it's a super easy way to type things. You can do it on your phone, guys. I mean, it works on your phone all the time. Apple came out with it, and then everybody kind of stopped doing it. I don't really know why. So I don't know. But
Wendy, I have a question. I have the case with the keyboard on it for my iPad. Is there any way I can transfer the keyboard to the screen? And it would be more helpful because it's tough to get up here and type you know,
Yeah, you
while I'm,
just turn your keyboard off.
how do I do that?
Okay, you go into settings
Uh-huh.
and you go into keyboard, which is or just turn it off. Physically turn it off, I think is probably the best way.
But
Do you have a, go
yeah,
ahead.
there's no place to turn it off. I don't see anything that says,
Wait, you have an external keyboard.
correct.
Right. So your external keyboard, I have one on my other iPad. Give me 1 second. I have it. Hold on. I have one.
Sorry, folks.
On your external keyboard, on the right at the bottom, there's a small keyboard that you push to
Turn it off.
minimize it or make it large.
Ah, okay. I'm just looking on my keyboard. I have like a little tiny button that turns it off. But I do know exactly what you're saying. And I thought it was in settings under keyboards. And I think that, oh, here we go. Okay, it's under general keyboard, keyboards. I have 2 keyboards. So that's not where it's at.
Because when you're on Zoom, because my
It's
pad's further
frustrating.
away from me, it'd be easier to use the screen.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So I always just turn my keyboard off. Let me see something. Give me a half a
Laura,
Yeah,
did you just tap the screen?
Yeah,
When
and
I just tapped it, my keyboard came up.
yeah, that should work too.
and it came up on your screen.
No,
Yes.
it doesn't if you have an external keyboard attached.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to tell you how to do it in a second. Let me see.
Can't you just turn the external keyboard off or on?
Just give me
I
1
mean,
second. I'm going to tell you how to do
I
it.
have one here and I just turn mine off or on.
That's what I do.
Let's see.
You know?
Let's see. Can I see your keyboard?
My
Okay. See, my tablet is on magnets that fold into the keyboard, so to speak. And
Well, I have
it's great for Zoom because it holds it up for me.
Well, I have one too, like this too.
Yes.
See the keyboard?
Yes.
Now I have an off and on button on this keyboard. There's an off and on button too.
Okay,
And
here,
this-
guys.
This attaches right to the.
Right.
It attaches
it-
right there.
So,
Okay, does it say on?
so
and
here
off,
you go.
or is it a symbol?
Here you go, guys. What you're going to do is go to accessibility. So you go to settings, accessibility, touch, assistive touch, and then I think you turn it off. Use pointer devices. You have to switch off, show on-screen keyboard. Yeah, I think you just turn. Do you see under here down at the bottom? So see where it says show on-screen keyboard? You have to make sure that's on. Hold on a second. That's an older one. Okay, let's see. So that didn't work when you tried to do this?
I didn't try to do it. I'm watching what you're doing and
Okay,
because if I pull up the screen, I can't see you. So
okay.
then I have to find you again.
And you have to find me.
think.
Okay. Okay,
I
one
think.
sec. Okay, here we go. So I'm just making sure what this says. Settings, general keyboards, and then it just says, that's for using a mouse. This is weird because I just turn my keyboard off, but you know what? I'm going to do it on my iPad. Give me 1 sec, guys. Sorry. Hope this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I go to settings and I go to accessibility.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, sorry. Go to accessibility. It's funny. Okay, and then let's see. What does it say to do? It says to go to touch and then Huh. That's weird. It's not, does anybody else have a thought on this?
What
it's-
about just show on-screen keyboard?
Yeah, where do you see that?
It's on the right-hand side, under mouse. and
Oh, yeah,
keyboard.
no, that I understand. Yeah, no, that one I understand, but I see where she's at. It's like my let's see. Oh, maybe that worked. Let me just see. Let's see. That's
Accessibility.
it doesn't work. That mine didn't work anyway. I am, let's see, settings, general keyboard, turn typing features on that. Okay, let's see, settings, general, keyboards, and then I know I have a hardware keyboard. No, let's see. Huh. That is so strange. Because it's not, keyboards is like, you know, whether you're doing English or QWERTY or something like that. So I always just turn my, let me see if I just actually physically turn my external keyboard off. I don't know. I'm going to get back to you guys on this. I have a feeling John's going to get back to me on this because he's so good about this stuff. But
Okay.
that's a
Can
weird one. I don't know. You got me on that one. I so apologize.
No problem.
Okay. So back to the typing. Was that kind of fun to learn that? Like that's a really good way to do things fast. Okay. Some of you were asking how to permanently delete an app from iCloud. Like if you just don't ever want to see it again. Do you want me to show you that?
Yes.
Because I know that we get nervous about how much storage we have in iCloud, etc. So follow me. This is a bit of, I know you guys are so good. It's a little bit of just following Wendy and then doing it. So we're going to go to settings. And then at the top right here, we're going to go to we're going to tap that. And then do you see, tell me if I'm going too fast. Go to iCloud. So it's settings, iCloud, and then manage storage. And then do you see backups? I'm gonna go to backups. And then I'm gonna go to Wendy's iPad. Okay. And then it's going to have, it's going to show me, if I click on show all apps, I'm going to go to show all apps. And then I am going to turn off, because I'm just going to go like, say I don't want to have some scrolling, you guys, I'm scrolling up. That's what I'm getting on my iPad, all my apps. I'm scrolling up. Say I don't want to have this Texas Hold'em. I know what that is. I don't know who put that on there. So I'm just going to turn it off, and this is what it's going to say. Do you want to turn off Texas Hold'em backups and delete the backup data from iCloud? And I'm going to say delete. And that app is now not in the cloud. Okay. So that's how you do that. Do you want me to review that again?
No.
Everybody get it? This is one of those, you know, I was looking up the other day because somebody had asked me about how much storage space they have in iCloud and do the apps that are back there take up space. The answer is yes, they do take up space, but as you can see, the space is tiny, megabytes. Waze takes up 3 megabytes. You know, just tiny, tiny, tiny amounts of megabytes. But, you know, if your storage is not great, you don't have a ton, you don't want to buy more, turn off things, you know, and not only turn them off, delete them completely. Like I have this, I don't even know what this is, keyboard data. Chinese and Japanese. Oh, I was in China and Japan, so maybe that's why I wanted it. So I turned that off. So that's the best way that I can tell you to manage your storage. A lot of times now I'm just going backwards, guys. A lot of times these changes do not take place, as with a lot of other preference changes, until you turn your iPad off and turn it back on. So you might not see the storage change until you turn it off and then, off, right? Complete power off, and turn it back on. Everybody understand how to get the control center sliding down? Because that's a really quick way to do a lot of things. I don't know how many of you have used, and if you want to learn to use the clock feature. It has so many things. I use it for cooking. I use it for everything. John raised his hand. Yes, John.
There's a question for shrinking the keyboard. One of our learners is unable to do so. So is it linked with the iOS or the device? I mean, if the iPad is old, is it possible to do so?
Very good question. I looked it up last night, and it seemed like it was working on, it depends probably on what version you're on, but it was going back quite a few years, at least 5 or 6. How old is your iPad? It's not working. And give me the version of it. If you know how to find the version of your iPad, I can tell you. The iOS, I can look that up. But this particular feature should be working on almost every iPad. It was not, unless it's maybe 10 plus years old. So it could possibly not work. But I want to go back to the little timer, clock, alarm, everything. I love it. I use it all the time. So I pulled out my control center, and then it's living right here. And what's so fun about it, guys, is that there's so many different things you can do. Clearly, you can see your world clock. So depending on when we next get on a plane in the next century, we can see what time it is. We can also go to alarm. And I love alarms. So I'm going to set an alarm up here. That's how you set alarms. You go to plus. And I'm going to set an alarm for 2 o'clock today, p.m. And I'm going to go to save. And then what's great about this, everybody, is you can have that alarm repeat every day. See where it says repeat? And you can have it on never, or you can have it every day, certain days of the week. If I go back, I can label it alarm to take my pills or whatever I want it to be.
Wendy, if you don't specify a day, it's just for the day's alarm and that's it.
That is correct.
Thank you.
It is a single action. But on something like this, so as you see this blinking right next to alarm. When something is blinking, I'm going to make my keyboard bigger. When something is blinking, that means that you can change it. Okay, so you can change that wording. So I want it to say, take pills. Okay, take pills. And then that alarm is identified as to take my pill alarm. Okay, and then I just tap my screen and it comes up in a notification. It says 2 p.m. take pills. I don't want to repeat it. Tap my home screen and I'm back. I'm going to go back to my little clock that I love so much. And the stopwatch is super fun for all of us neurotic people that want to know what we're doing and how long it takes, like me. So you can set the stopwatch. And then the timer, I love the timer because I do a lot of things that are timed when I'm exercising, like 30 seconds, or if I'm feeling extra strong and I want to hold a plank for a minute, I just go to timer and then I can set it for, like, so let's say I want to do 1 minute, right? 1 minute. And then when I start my plank or I start whatever, I can just simply push start and it will start counting down. So I don't know if you guys have used any of these features, but it's a really amazing, not amazing, but it's a great feature that a lot of us don't use, and we forget how great so many of these things are. Okay, so I'm gonna, oh, it's funny. See this little guy, guys, going around? That is my timer. If I touch it and I tell it I'm done, I don't really want it to go off with you guys in my class. So the control center is great because it has lots of wonderful, quick, accessible features that I think are nice and fun to use. Questions, other questions of somebody that's anything that's going on that you want me to talk about, or I can just continue teaching my things that I think are fun and important.
You have different items on that where your clock was. You have two more than I have.
What do I have? This is my, do you not have that one?
No, I don't have that.
That's my Apple TV remote.
Okay.
And do you not have this one?
Nope, don't have that one either.
That is the countdown for, like if I want to do, so I can't do a screen recording, but if I wanted to screen record, that's what I would do. I would push that. I can't do it because I'm like airplaying to you guys right now on my iPad, but that's what that's for.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that's what that's for. And so I think that that's a great one. Let's see, some other messages. I can't remember where to find that. I can't shrink my keyboard. Oh, older iPad. You know, it shouldn't be, Marianne, but let me just review it with you guys again. So I'm going to go to my notes because I know my notes has a keyboard. And so it's, you slide 2 fingers in and you get a little keyboard. And then you slide 2 fingers out and you make your keyboard bigger. And that touch that I was doing before, you know, where the quick path doesn't work on a regular size keyboard. It only works on the little key. Okay. Oh, asking where to find the iPad model. Good question. So you go to settings and you go to general, and then you're going to go to about, and it's going to give you your software version. This is actually, I'm glad we're here because I wanted to show everybody something. So that will give you the version of software. And then what I'm going to show you is something that we had talked about in my basics class about having software updates. So go back in general. Okay. And then go to software update. So you can have automatic updates on. So I have them on, but I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you'll receive a notification. It says this. Sometimes you'll receive a notification before it's installed. A lot of times the operating system updates don't update until you say download and install. Okay. So that's just something I just wanted to make sure you can do that. So I'm not going to do it now, but I could push download and install, and it would install. So there's an update. It says this update provides important security updates. So your iPad will only go as far as the operating system will let you in terms of updating. But I would like to know, can you tell me what iPad iOS version you're on? Whoever was asking about, somebody was asking about that not working. Okay. 14.4.2, it absolutely should be working because I'm only on 14.4.1. So again, it's a little, the touch on these things is you have to make sure you have your keyboard up, guys. So go to an application that has a keyboard and tap on the middle like of that application or somewhere. It will give you the keyboard. Okay. So just to be aware of that. Okay. Do you guys like to use Siri? Do you use Siri? Is it something you want to learn?
Yes.
No? Yes, no, okay. Siri is great if Siri is set up properly. So in order to make sure Siri is, my Siri is spinning. Can you see Siri? She's looking at me right now. soon as I get freaked out, I'll be literally doing something and Siri will answer me. Okay,
I
so
didn't get that. Could you try again?
see, Siri just talked to me. You have to make sure Siri is set up properly. So you have to go to settings. And then in settings, it says Siri, right? So if I go to Siri, you have to make sure you have set Siri up. And the way that Siri—
You can change Siri in settings.
Oh, stop, Siri. I don't want to talk to you right now. See, I can't even talk. I can't even get her off because she's so annoying right now. But you have to set it up. So you have, and the way you set it up is you say, hey, Siri, like 3 times, or it gives you like all these prompts. You have to set Siri up in order to have Siri work properly. Once Siri is set up, if I'm on my home screen, I can say, hey, Siri, please tell me the weather in Denver.
It's currently cloudy and 39 degrees in Denver. Expect sleet starting in the afternoon. And snow tonight with mixed conditions for the rest of the day. Temperatures are heading down from 43 degrees to 32 tonight.
Okay, that's enough, Siri. Bye-bye. Siri doesn't really like when you shut her off.
Will Siri talk to Alexa?
Well,
We could get the 2 of them talking.
let me tell you something. I don't have Alexa because I have a niece named Alexi. And if I start calling Alexa, I mean, I just like I feel bad for anyone whose name is Alexa in the world. I don't know really why you'd want Siri to talk to Alexa, except because you'd already be talking to Alexa. But maybe you can have Siri talk to Alexa. You can have all these virtual ghosts in your house talking to each other.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I got a lot of company.
You know, it's fun to do. It's fun to change Siri's voice. You could, when you're setting Siri up, you can make Siri be from Australia, from New England.
Oh.
Siri could be a guy. Siri can be a lot of different things. And it's really funny if you have friends over or something, you start talking to Siri and you get this like voice from another country. It's so fun. I love Siri. I think that she can be fun. She can also be a real pain, but it's fun to ask her questions. Siri's fun to use. Like, honestly, this is kind of silly, but Siri's fun to use when you're with friends and you just want to have some fun. You can ask Siri different questions because a lot of times she's really smart. Like, she's a smart aleck, and she will, like, if you ask her to tell you a joke or something, or you tell her a joke, or you ask her, like my kids when they were little used to say, ask Siri where to bury a dead body, and she'd be like, that's terrible. Or she'd give you like the nearest trash can, or like, it was just awful. But Siri's really helpful, and Siri can help you find things on your iPad. That's, you know, can be super helpful. Do you guys know how to, I just pulled this up because I want to show you this before we have to log off. Do you know how to search for something on your iPad? Like, say you just can't find it. If you take one finger in the middle of your iPad and you slide down, so again, we're going sort of from the same place as the control center, except that a little bit inside your iPad, in here. If you go from in there, inside your iPad, you get this search bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can find anything that you might be looking for on your iPad. So say I'm going to write in bikes because I just made those notes on bikes, right? So let's see if it gives me anything. I'm going to go into my notes, and it did. See? So it gave me, let's see, let's go back. Let's do this one more time, slower, so you guys get it. So I slid down and I typed in bikes. When you do a search and you type in a word, it's going to search things that it may think you want to search for under that word, or things you have already entered. So these are suggested websites. So my daughter wrote a message about my dad, things because I had asked something, and then also search will allow you to search things that you've done. So I remember earlier today we were looking how to do notes in the split screen, and I happened to remember that I searched for something about bikes there. So if I go to search notes, it's there. It's right there. Remember, I found the price of something. I started typing in my small keyboard. So the search bar is great because it's kind of like the memory we sometimes forget. If you, it works, the same on your phone. There's a different place, but it's Spotlight on your computer. It's just a great way to jog your memory where you might find something that you think you may have entered it, and you just can't find it. Of course, you can always find all the apps that you have, things like that. So before we sign off, anything else that I can help anybody with, or things you'd like me to be mindful to teach you next week? Because this wonderful world of Wendy has 5 million different things I can teach you about your iPad. And we can
Good.
just continue
We'll be there.
So one of the things that I would like to get from you guys is, or teach you, is about the notes feed. Not notes, filing, and the filing system. A lot of people and documents are using their notes now like a computer. And the great thing about some of the new operating system updates in the iPad is the ability to do just that, is to keep our files. And it's a little bit more dense. But if you are someone that is using your iPad as your main source of keeping things organized, I think learning the filing system and syncing it possibly with other things, but learning it is a really important thing on your iPad. And I don't know if I've told you guys, this is Wendy's rule now, is that if you spend an hour taking a Get Set Up class, you have to go spend an hour outside. That's my new rule, because I teach all these wellness and health and classes about, we have to get outside. We have to be more mindful that our bodies and our minds need to get outside. We can't just, Zoom is great and I love it for so many reasons, but we have to get those minds outside to de-stress and recharge and do all those things. So thank you guys again for being here. A recording is on help at getsetup.io. Please tell your friends and family and anyone you know about Get Set Up. I teach a lot of different classes. I teach, like I said, some health and wellness. I teach a great class on stroke awareness. I'm teaching some classes on the computer, on the phone. You'll find me all over the place. But, and write down notes for yourself as you're working through the week so that you can remember to ask me. Because I know that you all are interested in learning different things. And it can be on notes, photos, fitness, whatever you want. And I would love to be able to address those things, especially in these more intermediate advanced classes that everybody seems to be really liking. So thank you. Martha has a quick question.
Oh, so Wendy, is this class this is my first day doing this. Is this class every Saturday at 10:30 more in the morning?
Saturday?
Oh, wait a minute, it's Thursday.
Today's Thursday, but I love that you're confused because I am confused as well. No,
it feels like a Saturday to me. I've just been sitting around all day.
Every day's the same in my world. This is the second week I've taught this class, and I think I taught it last week on Thursday. Let me get my.
Well, how do I find? Do you have a schedule? Because you're.
I wish.
Oh, okay.
The answer is no. But we're trying to do that. We are trying to establish, especially in some of these classes where there's a bit more advanced information being taught that are technology classes. I know we all like schedules, right? And we like to know that Thursday at 11:30, Wendy's going to be teaching this class. I'm going to maybe suggest that. My schedule, I teach Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and I teach from 11 to 5 Denver time. And I try to teach all the classes that I teach within that set period. It just works for me. I have a busy life. I do a lot of other things. But if this 11:30 slot kind of seems like it works for a lot of you, actually you can let Get Set Up know that. Maybe they can make that a thing every week. I do teach iPad basics and iPad intermediate every week, at least once. Because
And
I'm
when is that?
finding- yeah.
You don't know when that is, though? We don't know. There's no way to know.
Well, like I can look at next week. I am going to be honest with you. Next week is today's the 15th. I am so confused. I am teaching iPad part 2 Tuesday the 20th at 1:30.
Tuesday the 20th at 1:30. Okay.
Next week's a little goofy for me. I'm actually going up to the site where my daughter's getting married and doing a bunch of wedding stuff on Thursday, so I'm not teaching, so I apologize. But that normally I teach on Thursdays. So you can search for it though at Get Set Up. You can go to their website and you can search for an iPad. I think it's called iPad 2, using your iPad part 2. And I don't have slides for this class. That's because I don't think I'm going to teach the same thing every week. And I only send notes to this class if I feel like it's something that you really have, like I want to send notes, but they change every week. So Get Set Up it's sort of hard for them sometimes to change their notes. So I personalize them every week. And I will go in today and I will recap some of the things that I taught you, that I hope you learn. And if you have a question about it, you know my policy, ask me again. I don't care. I've heard it 500 times. I don't mind hearing it again. So thanks, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you when we see you.
Thank you. Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, and thanks to John again. He's always my bestie when it comes to my TAs. So thanks, John. All righty.